Hey guys, I'm John Setzler. Welcome back to the Kamado Joe cooking channel. Today we're going to fire up our Kamado Joe Classic and do something fun. We are going to do a strawberry pizza. So let's get started. Okay, first thing we're going to do is start mixing our dough. And in a large mixing bowl here, I'm going to put 195 grams of lukewarm water, and that's roughly 7/8 of a cup. And I'm going to put 6 grams of active dry yeast, which is approximately 1.5 teaspoons. And I'm going to mix that up, and we're going to let that yeast dissolve in the water here for about 10 minutes. While our yeast is dissolving, I have got another mixing bowl here with 300 grams of all-purpose flour, and that equates to about 2 cups plus 2 tablespoons. And to that, I'm going to add 6 grams of salt, which is about 3/4 of a teaspoon, and I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, maybe somewhere between 1.5 and 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, and I'm just going to whisk all that together. And after my yeast is dissolved, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of melted butter to that, and I'm going to kind of stir that in a little bit, and then we're going to work all of our flour mixture into this liquid mixture. And after that starts to get incorporated like that, I'm just going to get in there with my hands and bring all that together until I've got no dry ingredient left. And after that's all come together, I'm just going to knead it a little bit by hand. Just kind of pull it. And I'm going to do this for probably 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'm going to put it back in this bowl. We're going to cover the bowl and let the dough rise until it doubles in size, probably for an hour to an hour and a half. I've lit a fire in the firebox of my Kamado Joe Classic, and I've got the divide and conquer flexible cooking rack sitting in place with the accessory rack in the top position. And the way I'm going to configure this today is I'm going to set both halves of my heat deflector on that accessory rack in the top position, and then I'm just going to set my grill grates right on top of those heat deflectors right in the middle, and then I'm going to set my pizza stone right on top of the grill grates where we've got a little bit of an air gap between there, and we're going to set up today to cook at about 375. I'm going to leave the bottom vent on the Classic about halfway open, and I'm going to bring the top vent about halfway open, or maybe 3/4 of the way open, until the temperature comes up, and then I'll adjust this as needed. If I need to warm it up, I'll open it more, or if I need to cool it down, I'll close it more, but we're going to stabilize here at about 375 degrees. Okay, while the grill's warming up, we're going to go ahead and put together another little ingredient here. We're going to have a glaze that's we're going to drizzle on top of this pizza when we're done, and we're going to start that out with 1 cup of powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons of milk, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I'm just going to whisk that together until it's real runny. And this is a really good glaze that you can do a lot of things with. I like to drizzle this on cookies sometimes, so I'm going to mix all that together until you have a consistency that looks about like this, and I'm going to put this into a squeeze bottle, and I'll show you that as soon as I get it transferred over. Okay, I've just put that into a little squeeze bottle like this where I can drizzle it easily. This makes it real easy to drizzle, and you can make more of this if you want to, because this stuff saves real well. You can actually throw it in the freezer and it'll keep for a really long time, and it's really great for drizzling on cakes, cookies, and other desserts. And you can dress the flavor up here by adding a lot of different things to it. So that's what we have for the glaze. We've got our pizza dough risen up, so I'm going to turn this out of my mixing bowl here onto my floured work surface. And I'm just going to kind of roll this in flour a little bit, and we're going to form this into our pizza. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and roll it inward like we would a bread loaf, and I'm going to keep it floured, keep some flour on it. And then I'm just going to put this down here, and we're going to press this out from the center, or from the middle outwards. And you may need to add a little flour to the top as you go, but we're going to press this out until we get a nice decent size, probably 12 to 14 inch circle. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take a pizza peel and spread a little cornmeal out on it, and then we are going to take our pizza crust and set it up on the peel, on that cornmeal, where we can transfer this to our pizza stone. And we are going to cook this pizza crust a little bit before we put the toppings on it. Okay, we've got our classic cruising along here right about 350. So I'm going to open this up. We're going to slide this pizza off onto the stone, and we're going to let that cook for about 10 minutes. Okay, we've been going about 10 minutes here, so we're going to take this off, take it back inside, and top it. Okay, I've got some cream cheese frosting that I've made up, and I'll give you the recipe for the cream cheese frosting in the video description. So we're just going to spread this over the surface of our pizza and leave a little edge. And next, we're going to add some strawberry pie filling to the top. And we're going to spread it out as well. And then we're going to take this back and set it back on the grill. Okay, and we'll set this back on the pizza stone for another 10 minutes or so before we come back for the next step. We've been going another 10 minutes or so here. This thing's getting close to being done, so we're going to hit our final step. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle on just a few milk chocolate chips on top of this. Not too many, just enough. And we're going to let this go another 5 to 8 minutes. We've been another 5 minutes here, and we are ready to go. I'm going to take this off. We're going to take it inside and let it cool for a bit. After this has had a few minutes to cool, we're going to hit it with our drizzle. And we'll take a slice of this and have a taste. Okay guys, I've let this cool just a little bit more, and we're ready for the ultimate taste test here. Wow, that is beautiful. That is a sweetness overload. It's really good. The strawberry, the cinnamon in the dough and the pizza crust is coming through nicely also. Fantastic dessert. You can make this with any kind of pizza crust you like. You don't have to make one from scratch. You can buy a roll-up pizza crust at the grocery store and do this. As long as you keep that temperature down on your grill, you want to keep it cooler or cooked to the instructions of whatever pizza crust you're using. So give this a try. Let me know what you think. Join us on Facebook, facebook.com/Kamado Joe. Follow us on Twitter @Kamado Joe. And until next time, this is John Setzler with Kamado Joe Cooking Channel.